Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the best of the best of the best. Happy birthday to you. Good morning, colleagues. Let's start. Was slightly late. So good morning to deputy ministers. Good morning to members of parliament, those who are supporting colleagues at the department, the ministry. Good morning to the chief director and the SETA coordination, Mr. Mabuza Ngubane. Good morning, Advocate Terry Mutau. Thank you very much for coming. Before we start with our opening remarks, I think there's a lot that we'll need to deal with at the beginning of our meeting. But I want us to start by, we know the agenda, we're meeting to deal with a matter that was resolved on the meeting of the 18th of June, 2025, where the committee resolved that we must convene this meeting at an earliest convenient time so that we can clarify certain issues. This meeting was convened initially for last week, Friday, the 11th of July, and had to be postponed because, as I had indicated, I had received a number of apologies from members, and I asked members to indicate if they will be available. Overwhelming majority of the committee, over 80% of the committee indicated that we must postpone. So contrary to some views that I postponed the meeting because the primary reason was that there was a funeral of the Deputy President, Mabuza, was not true. Members voted, 8 of them out of 8 that legally voted. So it's very important to clarify these things because sometimes when we are on camera, we tend to be sensational and say things that we're not supposed to say. We're going to start by introducing ourselves, and then from there I'll go open the meeting and deal with the house issues that we must deal with before we get into the business of the day. So my name is Tebo Kholitsie. I'm a member of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education and Training, given the responsibility to chair. So we'll give Anele, and then we'll start with you, Khabo. We'll go up until the last one, the side, and then we'll start with you, Tsepo, that way, and then we'll end this side with the Deputy Minister Contra. So, Anele.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Anele Kaminges. I'm the Committee Secretary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair, and good morning to everybody else. My name is Khaulatli, the name is Khabo, and I'm a member of this Portfolio Committee. Thank you very much.
Ke a leboha modulasetulo. Ke tla o hauhela ke ska araba taba tse ntse o bua ka tsona. Lebitso la ka ke Karabo Kgafao, and I am an alternate member of this committee.
Morning, Chair and everybody. My name is Desiree van der Walt and I'm a member of this committee.
Greetings, Chair and everyone. My name is Sipeto Kize, a member of this committee.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Deputy Ministers. Good morning, members. My name is Sanele Zondo, member of this committee.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, all our invitees from the department. My name is Sihle Ngubane. I'm the member of this committee as well.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ashley Koike, the first source, and I'm a full member of this committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, both Deputy Ministers, Department, Members of Parliament. My name is Sihle Lwandzi. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, DMs. Good morning, our invitees. My name is Sidu Ganelo Tsepolo. I'm a member of this committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, members, DMs, and all our guests. My name is Mamphago Modiba, Committee Content Advisor.
Good morning, Chair, DMs, and all the guests.
All our guests. My name is Mamphago Modiba, Committee Content Advisor.
Good morning, Chair, DMs, and all the guests. Agnetha. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, honorable members, deputy ministers. My name is Sipho Stirman. I'm a media manager in the office of Deputy Minister Conway. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson and honorable members. Let me greet my colleagues and our guests as well. My name is Andile Tejana from Legal Services. Thank you very much.
Greetings, Chairperson and the House at large. Thank you for being here. The name is Pumela Lengema, Parliamentary Legal Advisor. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson, Deputy Ministers, members of the Portfolio Committee, guests and colleagues. My name is Steve Mampero. I am the Parliamentary Liaison Officer for Deputy Minister Manamela. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the Parliament. My name is Nonjabulo Zuma. I am from the Deputy Minister Buti Manamela's office.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning to the committee members and the deputy ministers. My name is Sebonga Goni. I'm a journalist from the Daily Maverick.
Good morning, Chair. Morning, everyone. My name is Tando Kolo Potoman. I'm a committee assistant.
Good morning, Chair, DMs, everybody present. I'm Tanya Kleinans, and I am Executive Secretary to Chairperson.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shabir Jacobs from IMA Media Africa.
Good morning, Chairperson. Jason Felix, News 24.
Good morning, Chair, members of the committee, all protocol observed. My name is Terry Motau, an advocate from the Johannesburg Bar. Thank you, Chair.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, deputy ministers, colleagues. I'm Mabuza Ngubane, Chief Director, SETA Coordination from the department. Thank you.
Morning, Chairperson and everyone involved. My name is Buti Manamela, Deputy Minister, Higher Education and Training.
Good morning, Chairperson, and good morning to the honorable members and everyone present. Kibidua Dr. Mimi Gondwe, ki Deputy Minister, Higher Education and Training. Ke a leboga.
No, thank you very much, colleagues. Now that we know who's here, we can start with our meeting. Let's start with a bit of a background. The committee convened on the 18th of June, 2025, took some resolutions. One of the, or some of the resolutions are that, or were that we must bring in the ministry, which is the minister and deputy ministers, so that we understand the roles that the ministry played in all of this thing. The committee took a resolution that the chairperson must write to all panelists for them to indicate the roles that they have played in the process, because a day before that, the committee had received a confirmation letter from the minister indicating that these members would have been members that were appointed by her to serve on the board, on the panel to appoint SETA board chairpersons. The chairperson wrote to the panelists as per the instruction and gave them until the 25th of June 2025 as per the instruction of, or the resolution of the committee. And all members that we wrote to responded, clarifying their participation in the process. Like I said, even before that, we're busy, we're seized with a period of budget debates in Parliament, and we had no time to meet as budget debate moved from or continued from Tuesday till Friday. We were lucky last week, the 11th, that we were granted the day, because if you look at the parliamentary program, there were not too many budget vote debates there. There were few, and that is why the chair of chairs had granted us that opportunity. Unfortunately, we could not sit because of what I said earlier. We applied for today, and we were granted the date today. So that's why we're here. So the panelists did write to us on Tuesday, the 15th of July. We wrote to all of them, informing them or reminding them that the meeting will sit this Friday, and we expect them, as we had indicated before, to come read their statements into the records. And we did receive confirmation of attendance from Dr. Rulane Ngwenya, the DDG Rulane Ngwenya, that she will be here. We received a confirmation from Mr. Mabuza Ngubane that he will be here. We received an apology letter from, or with the doctor's note from Nelisi Wesimane, that she's not well. She's been booked off sick until today. We received confirmation of attendance from Advocate Terry Motau. And in the afternoon, I received an apology from the minister, which I will read to members. Upon receiving the apology from the minister, I responded to her and I indicated that I'm not accepting her apology because it does not make sense. Why would she not be available for today? So maybe I must just read it. So that at least as we move along together. So the minister wrote to us on the 15th around 2 p.m. And the apology reads as follows. Dear Honorable Letsie, apology on Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 16 and 18 July 2025. And I'm quoting everything, you know. Says, I acknowledge your invitation to the Portfolio Committee meetings on higher education. I regrettably will not be able to attend the meetings mentioned above due to the following reasons. On 16 July 2025, which was on Wednesday, I will be presenting before the ESIEID Cabinet Committee on progress made so far in resolving NSFAS challenges, and later travel to Eastern Cape Province, where from 17 to 18 July 2025, I will be attending the SAFETA GBVF awareness campaign and college SRC induction respectively. Allow me to tender my apology to you and the entire committee in this regard. Duly signed by the minister. On the same evening, I responded to the minister, because if you read her letter there, it indicates that on Friday, today, she will be attending SRC inductions. So I wrote to her on the same day, in the early evening, late afternoon. I said, Dear Dr. Nkabane MP, response to your apologies for the Portfolio Committee meetings on 16 and 18 July 2025. One, I acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 15 July 2025, responding to the invitation of the committee and the Portfolio Committee scheduled for 16 and 18 July 2025. I accept the apology for the meeting of the 16 July due to your cabinet responsibilities and the importance of the subject for discussion. However, the apology for the meeting on 18 July 2025 is hereby not acceptable owing to the importance of the meeting. Whilst I acknowledge the importance of TVET colleges and an induction of governance structures, such as the SRC, the meeting of the Portfolio Committee dealing with the follow-up deliberation in respect to the independent panel for the selection and recommendation of the SETAs Accounting Authority Chairperson is a priority. The reconvening of this meeting forms part of the committee's resolution taken at the meeting held on 18 June 2025. The committee has also requested for a special permission from the House Chairperson of Committees to be allowed to convene this meeting outside of its Wednesday meeting slot, so that it does not clash with the Minister's cabinet responsibilities. Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution mandates that members of the cabinet are accountable both collectively and individually to Parliament for their action. Thus, your presence in this meeting on Friday is critical for the committee to fulfill its constitutional oversight mandate. And in conclusion, I request that you kindly reconsider your decision not to attend the meeting of the 18th of July based on the matters raised above. It is not my intention to seek other alternative means within the legislative framework to compel you to come to the meeting. Yours sincerely. I sent the letter on Tuesday the 15th, literally just indicating to the minister that this meeting is very important and we expect her to attend. And then yesterday afternoon, the 17th, we received an apology from the minister for this meeting. I'm trying to open it for you so that I can read it for you. I don't want to misquote. I hope you've been listening, members. No? I've got terrible flu here. Can't find it here. Anna. Please send it to me. No. What's wrong? I found it. So yesterday, the 17th of July, the minister wrote again to the chairperson, says the Honorable Chairperson, request for reconsideration of appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. I'm quoting everything. It says, I write in response to your letter dated 15 July regarding my scheduled appearance before the Portfolio Committee on 18 July 2025. At the outset, I reaffirm my profound respect for the National Assembly and the vital oversight role of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education. I'm acutely mindful of my constitutional duties as a cabinet minister under Section 92, subsection 2 of the Constitution, and remain fully committed to the principles of transparency and accountability to Parliament. However, I respectfully appeal for the committee's reconsideration of my request for a rescheduling of the session. I'm required to attend a stakeholder engagement focused on gender-based violence prevention and awareness and leadership capacity development within the higher education and training sector /TVETs, a program that was reallocated to this date following the non-authorization of the Minister of Higher Education and Training state visit to the People's Republic of China. This GBV engagement, involving student leaders, institutions, civil society organizations, and the department, addresses one of the most serious and systemic challenges affecting our post-school institutions, especially young women. As a minister, I have made the prevention of GBV a strategic and moral priority within the post-school education and training sector, consistent with government's broader commitment. I acknowledge and do not diminish the importance of the committee's follow-up deliberations concerning the appointment process of SETA Accounting Authority chairpersons. I remain ready to appear, to clarify, and fully account on this matter. However, I respectfully request the committee to reconsider rescheduling the session to a mutually agreeable date in the following week, preferably 22 or 23 July 2025, taking cabinet commitments into account. This will enable me to participate meaningfully in both engagement without compromising either constitutional or stakeholders' obligation. Alternatively, I'm willing to make myself available for a virtual appearance after 5 or 1700 hours on either the 18th, which is today, or the 19th, tomorrow, should this assist the committee in maintaining its program whilst accommodating this critical GBV event. This request is made in good faith and not as an act of avoidance. Should the committee feel compelled to explore the use of other mechanisms such as subpoena, I must respectfully note that the public expenditure already committed towards the GBV program will regrettably be rendered wasteful, an outcome I believe we all seek to avoid. Chairperson, I remain at the committee's full disposal to agree on revised date or format for my appearance. And I recommit to corporate governance, sectoral accountability, and service to our people. Thank you for your consideration and continued leadership. Yours faithfully, signed by the Minister of Higher Education and Training. So this is the background, members, that I wanted to, let's put our hands down. Let's not, yeah. So this is the background that I wanted to give members so that we are all on the same page. And then this morning, I received an email from DDG Ngwenya, who wrote to us just after midnight. You remember that DDG Ngwenya had written to us. I'm getting serious advice here from. So DDG Ngwenya wrote to us. You remember that she had written to us that she will come. So she wrote to us this morning. So there's a part that I'm not going to read here because I think it's a personal part which I don't think we must put here, but I'll read other parts. So she wrote to us and says, "Dear Honorable Chair, I write to extend my sincere apologies for not being able to attend the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July 2025. Please be assured that this apology is not in any way intended to convey disrespect or defiance towards the authority of Honorable Chairperson or Honorable members of the committee. My travel to Cape Town was approved in anticipation of attending the PC scheduled for 16 and 18 respectively. I traveled on Tuesday, 15 July, as per the approved itinerary, which is attached for your reference." So this one I'm going to skip because it speaks about personal things. On the evening of the 15th of July, 2025, an email was circulated from the Office of the Director General indicating that the Portfolio Committee meeting scheduled for 18 July has been cancelled, as the Minister had submitted an apology and consequently departmental support will not be required. I subsequently sought clarification regarding our attendance, particularly for those of us who had received direct invitations from the Honorable Chairperson. However, no clear directive was issued from the Office of the Director General. A follow-up email later advised that we should remain on standby as the committee had requested the Honorable Minister to reconsider her apology. We informed that a final decision will be communicated in due course. In compliance with this instruction, I remained in Cape Town on standby throughout 16 July 2025. By 11:30 on 17 July 2025, no further communication had been received from the DG's office. Considering the financial implication, I sought permission from the Acting Director General to cancel my continued stay in Cape Town and return to Pretoria. This request was approved by the Acting Chief Financial Officer, and I subsequently rebooked on an afternoon flight, a return flight to OR Tambo International Airport. Unfortunately, official communication confirming the continuation of the Portfolio Committee meeting was only received while I was already mid-air en route to Johannesburg and was only able to see it upon landing. At that point, it was no longer feasible to return to Cape Town on the same day. This situation was further compounded by a personal arrangement made earlier in the day regarding my personal issue. So that's what he said. I apologize profusely and sincerely regret any inconvenience this may have caused Your kind consideration of the above is greatly appreciated. So those would have been that would have been the background that I wanted to give. A few things that I want you to highlight as I'm going to give you to come speak. One would be to note that there would have been a letter from within the department coming from the Office of the Director General informing those in the department that our meeting has been cancelled, which we've never cancelled any meeting. Very disturbing. Number two is that one of the panelists, Asisipe Solane, even after being reminded, has decided to blue tick us, has never said anything, no apology, no confirmation, nothing. Number three, the minister is requesting that she can make herself available between 22 and 23 won't work because 23 were voting for appropriations. So the minister is making herself available for the 22nd of July, which is next week Tuesday. Like I said, I got the email late yesterday. I've not responded to it because it was late yesterday. I decided I'll table it here for consideration. So members must help us get to a reasonable conclusion on the matter so that when we communicate something that is reasonable. So those are the three issues I'm tabling before you. So one is that, I had accepted the apology of the chief of staff because she had attached a medical certificate, and the medical certificate had indicated that she's been booked off sick until today. So these are the issues that when I note you, I want you to help us to conclude on what do we do, the way forward on each of them. One is the apology of Dr. Ngwenya or DDG Ngwenya, Ms. Rulane Ngwenya, indicates that the Office of the Director General had communicated that our meeting has been postponed. And we've never communicated such. What do we do there? One, when you speak, I want you to speak on those few things, and then we'll get into the number two. Asisipe Solane blue ticked. Yeah, you know this thing of Bluetooth, ne? No, you see this thing of Bluetooth. I was transferring somebody something with Bluetooth, so they stuck with me. Blue ticked us. What do we do there? And then the request of the minister. What do we do with the request of the minister? So, okay, I'll write here. So when you speak, I want you to concentrate on these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are only three issues that we are going to speak on. So I'm going to time you to maximum 4 minutes to speak on these three issues. So I'll go this way. I'll start with you, Khabo, followed you with Khakao, Desiree, Mkize, Zondo, Gubane, Souls, Lonzi, and Low. Where's Younger? Oh, Younger is there. Younger, Low and Younger. Ungathi angikuboni futhi yabo. Ya uyehlise lento leyo uyibeke. Honorable Khabo.
No, thank you very much, Chair. I'm not sure if you are able to protect me from the sound that is coming from the back, Chair. Can you also protect me from the honorable member next to me here, Chair? And Chair, let me appreciate the presentation and welcome all members of the panel who have managed to avail themselves. It's appreciated. It's also a demonstration of the respect for the rule of law. That one I thought I must indicate it first and foremost, because from where I'm sitting, those who did not come to this meeting, it's a clear demonstration for disrespecting the rule of law in its processes. Second thing, Chair, that I wanted to raise. Firstly, I must indicate in this meeting that the minister is not in any position to tell us whether must we postpone the meeting or not. In fact, it must be indicated in this meeting that this portfolio committee will not operate based on the availability of the minister. Thirdly, it must be reaffirmed that this meeting will continue whether the minister is there or not, precisely because of this, not for the first meeting that we had postponed due to the unavailability of the minister. Now, going straight to the issue that you had presented before us in terms of the process that you had followed, Chairperson. One, we firstly need to take into consideration the fact that the DG has misrepresented the committee by saying that the meeting has been postponed when the meeting has not been postponed. In fact, to a large extent, it's problematic that the DG will postpone a meeting that he himself has not convened. That must be taken into consideration. But second to that, Chairperson, it must be noted that the actions of the DG, in a way, they are disrupting the smooth running of this committee. And I would suggest that we must also take into consideration, with the facts that are before us, the DG, not only the minister, it's one of the people who has misled this committee. Maybe I must remind this committee that the DG has also indicated that he was not involved in any process that led to the appointment of the panel. But the facts that are before us are demonstrating that the DG was involved. And with that being said, Chairperson, I would propose that the DG, as much as I would also propose that the minister, unfortunately, in a way, she seems not to be understanding her powers. She seems not to be understanding the role of the portfolio committee in terms of playing oversight. She seems to be punching way above her weight and clearly not aligned or having an understanding of the parliamentary accountability ecosystem. I would also propose that, Chair, both the minister and the DG must be subjected to all processes that are outlined in the, where is that act that you like using, Chairperson? Let me speak of the powers and privileges and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislature, Act number 4 of 2004, specifically dealing with Chapter 3 of it and Chapter 4, if not mistaken. Chapter 4 dealing with disciplinary actions against members who are in contempt of Parliament. And my understanding and interpretation of that is both the minister and the DG, they are guilty of such act as outlined in Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. The last issue that I wanted to indicate, Chairperson, so my proposal is that we must subject them to that process as outlined. Secondly, I wanted to deal with Mr. Asisipo. You know this, Mr. Asisipo Thank you, Chairperson.
Kyaleboha Chairperson, three things. One, Minister Nkabane, or that which is problematic. You don't need to read hard as to what's going on here. It is very clear to see. My understanding is that TVET colleges are the delegation of DM Manamela, unless things have changed. But if TVET colleges are a delegated function of one of Minister Nkabane's deputy ministers, there's absolutely no reason why the minister must be in the Eastern Cape herself. The same, because right now, two deputy ministers are sitting here who do not have any constitutional authority to appoint SETA board chairpersons, let alone convene a panel to advise them on that appointment. Essentially, we're sitting with two deputy ministers here who are not responsible for nothing, essentially unable to tell us anything that we need, because the person who's going to be able to tell us and who must be able to tell us what's going on is Minister Nkabane. And her being evasive in this process is not only a spit in our faces, because it's a waste of our time, but it's also a spit in the faces of the people of this country who depend on a ministry that's going to function properly, with a minister who understands their role as far as integrity is concerned and as far as conducting the affairs of ministry honestly. She is blatantly and clearly evading accountability here, and we see this. So that must be recorded, that this is something that is not acceptable. And if a minister who, according to the ethical code of conduct of members of the executive, can decide on which day she wants to come and account on which day she wants, then not only must the deputy president deal with him, but it maintains the point of why President Ramaphosa must fire Nobuhle Nkabane. That point must just remain clear there. But another thing here is important. As far as the letter that DGC she sent, the letter that was sent by the Director General, I'm sure that Mabuza Ngubane would have also received it. But he's here. So I'm struggling unless there's something I don't understand. If a DG sends a letter that goes to the entire department cancelling a meeting, and one of the staffers decides to follow the letter, then maybe Ntate Ngubane must now tell us how he is here and how Rulani Ngwenya is not here. And also, I don't take kindly to that letter either, because the people who invited her to this meeting are not her department. She wasn't coming here to account on departmental business, as is usually the agenda item that says the department must come and therefore this is the delegation. She was invited here on the basis of Minister Nkabane saying she sat on the panel. So the people that she was supposed to consult about whether the meeting is taking place or not is yourself and Anele Kabingez, and not Director Sish. So I'm not buying that at all. It doesn't smell right. It smells very fraught. And I think it's something that we must be able to interrogate its absolute truth. The bottom line still remains, in conclusion, Chairperson, that if Advocate Terumutau is able to be here, Ndate Mabuza Ngubane is able to be here today, the only person who, if indeed she's sick and she's dying in a hospital bed, unable to come here, would be the minister's chief of staff. But nobody else has an excuse to not come. But even the minister's chief of staff not appearing looks shady, because you can't have your minister, her chief of staff, and her advisor, all three unavailable to come and account for a web of lies that were concocted in that office.
Honorable van der Walt, when you come, the two colleagues have not assisted us. I said to you, let's leave political statements won't help us. I've asked three questions. How do we move?
Can we call order, Chair?
You're calling order on what?
On you, Chair.
What is the order?
I mean, we are making a submission. The next thing you are telling us that we are not helpful. When our submissions have responded to the three questions that you have put in before us, what are you saying, in fact?
That's not the point of order. Honorable van der Walt, there's 3 questions here on what do we do. Number 1, what do we do? We've got the allegations from the DDG indicating that they've received. What do we do from the DG? Number 2, we've got the advisor to the minister was not responded to us. What do we do? We've got the appeal of the minister asking us to reconsider having a meeting with her on a different date, preferably on Tuesday, the 22nd. Let's respond to those things so that when we make conclusions, we make conclusions based on those particular things. Honorable van der Walt.
Yeah, Chair. Let me start off by saying on the DG. I think the DG, and Chair, you will recall on more than one occasion we told this committee, in the presence of the Minister and the DG and various DDGs, etc., that we are not in the 6th Parliament, we're in the 7th Parliament, and we will not leave the same legacy as the previous, and that I actually asked, and another colleague, I think Honourable Khabu, also in some way said, that the previous minister and the DG must be summoned to appear before us for what they left to the 7th Parliament. Now today I'm saying, first of all, the DG is quite correct. DG has got 0 authority to talk on behalf of this committee or intervene in correspondence to staff across the department, speaking on behalf of you, Chair, and this committee. I feel that the DG, who was sat next to the minister in that long Friday, the 30th, I think it was, advising the minister what to say and how to respond to our questions, which was unacceptable, and I think on various occasions they were called to order during that meeting. And Chairperson, he gets appointed by a higher authority, and I think you should write to the higher authority, put a great explanation on why that DG must be fired from this department. He is not contributing. It's a year since the last election in the 7th Parliament. He's not contributing. And may I add, on the instruction to staff not to appear and that meetings were cancelled, I want to emphasize that he should be made very aware that he or anybody else in his department should not intimidate that staffer or official to come and do as the committee summons, because quite correctly, this committee has got the authority to summons anybody to appear, and we don't want to see officials being intimidated. On the minister has not only got a DM on TVET, she also has a DM on GBV, which has been very active, and we just saw it on Wednesday in our committee presentation. So I will never ever downplay GBV or our students for that matter, because we are here for them. But there are 2 DMs here in both what is affected on her apology that could have gone there. She's the one who should have sit here and not the 2 DMs. It's unacceptable. And she has to, Chair, she cannot go publicly like in the media again. She doesn't know about all these things about her and that she might be fired. She knows damn well. And she should be held account by the president who appointed her, and I think we must write to the president about the minister's behavior again. She's avoiding us because she's guilty. There's no other reason. Chairperson, and on the 22nd, surely she knows so much that she doesn't even know we have an appropriation bill on a Wednesday, the 23rd. So let's summon her on the 22nd on condition that if she is still the minister on that day, she has no right for leave of absence from that. Otherwise, that summons means nothing. she will just have another excuse because she became like a PhD in how to write apologies on the last minute. It's not acceptable at all. And with that, I hope I help you by saying summons her on condition. And I think that summons must go further than just her office. And the DG must come with her, not other officials who I must echo what colleagues have said. Thank you to those who did pitch. But if there's intimidation by the DG and others in this department, we'll get to them too. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, blue ticking us is firstly rendering this committee useless. In the process of that, making it not possible to facilitate proper governance and fight corruption. At the same time, facilitate change that is needed by the people on the ground, because our main client is the people on the ground. So neglecting and compromising the people's mandate by blue-ticking the committee, which is meant to support the department, government at large, in pursuit of transformation and redress of issues on the ground, is serious injustice. I'm aware, Chair, that even the MK party has written so many letters to the minister without responses. And this committee is here for the purpose to make sure that the right thing is done at the right time, the right way, right place. So if you blue tick it, you are actually undermining the state itself. So I move, Chair, that whatever mechanism is there to make people respect this parliament and its committees, respect the people, such mechanism has to be activated. Thank you, Chair.
Well, thank you very much. Only spoke on one item. Zondo.
No, thanks, Chair. I think we'll start on the one for...
Put mic closer.
I start on the one for DG. I'm still battling, Chair, to balance my mind on whether the communication made by the DG the communication made by the DG was officially so or something. Why I'm saying so? It's because we called someone straight, not via the department. And he get a notification to say there's no meeting now from the DG, whereas he was not invited by the DG. So that's why I'm saying I'm failing to balance in my mind to say, is the DG on the wrong side here? We'll look at that part that touches the DG. But in terms of the DG communicating that the meeting is not sitting, I think the recipient of that communication is the one who got a problem, because he was supposed to check with you, Chair, or Anele, So on that one, I think the person who's playing with us here is the one who was receiving this communication. Okay. The issue of the minister, I will second Honorable to say, let's give a Tuesday. Why so? It's because it will be the last date that we are giving her as the committee. Because now I don't know what she is trying to do, because you can't run forever. In fact, lies have short legs. That's why now we're here. And for me, Chair, I don't see, unless we'll say if we are continuing with this meeting, we are saying that we are holding a first half, then it's going to be a second half, because that will be it. Because we want all of them, so that we'll deal with this matter once and for all. So I'm begging to say, if we are continuing with this meeting, we are saying we have a first half with not a complete team, because even the panel is not all here. It's another case that the minister decided not to come. So on the issue of the minister, I think let's give it Tuesday as a final day. If she fails to appear before the committee, then I don't know what is the next step, Chair, from us before the president. We'll take that vote to say we are done. If he decide to keep the minister as the minister, she will account to the president alone, because she can't account to us. He proved that beyond reasonable doubt that she doesn't respect this committee. I don't know if he have to come and give us all a high five here to say that I don't respect you, but he done it. I think I've covered your 3 points. Which one is left? Oh, the one that is Bluetoothing you, Chair. No, I think, Chair, we need to set the tone, Chair. Whoever, what do you call this thing? So to take us for granted, we need to take legal actions, very serious, for everybody who, when I look at this committee or any other committees of parliament, people must respect committees of parliament. So we must take strong legal action against that person. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks a lot, Chair. I think we woke up, all of us here, prepared to come and do the work of the Parliament as members of Parliament, voted by our constituency to come and hold the department accountable. So it's disappointing to be at this stage, Chair. So I think we're at a state where the Department of Higher Education has never, ever been first of its kind. So no one has seen this nonsense that is happening today. 2, and then the Chief of Staff and advisor to the minister is clear that the minister is pulling the string on whether what they must answer, the blue ticking and all those stuff. So we need to go a legal route of getting our answer on those ones, because it's clear. Remember, they're reporting to the minister. It means it's minister who told them that go there, don't go there, or do whatever you want to do. So we need to go to the legal route. The DG part, it means he's now trying as well to comply to the boss by dictating and disrupting the meeting that is called by the committee. My worry, Chair, is on Rulani, because you can see now within the department there is a bullying. Now the staff will start to be bullied and threatened, and my worry, Chair, is on Rulani, because you can see now within